Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and in today's bass guitar lesson I'm going to show you the 3-step formula so you can start playing bass lines in minutes. I'll see you in the lesson. So today's lesson is all about how to play and create bass lines. So first of all, I would love to ask you, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to playing bass lines? Or perhaps you had a massive light bulb moment which really started to open up this whole subject. Do let me know in the comments below. I'm always reading the comments so we can make more lessons to help you guys. So the first step of the 3-step formula is to understand the chord sequence. And to demonstrate this, we're going to use a track called Sweet Guns, which is from the 30-day killer rock bass action plan over at eBassGuitar.com. And this is an 8-bar chord sequence, which consists of 2 bars of D, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G, and 2 bars of D. So first of all, let me play this with the track with long notes so you can hear just what this sounds like.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 2. So all that is a simple 8-bar chord sequence where each chord lasts 2 bars, and all I'm doing is playing a root note on the first beat of every bar. And by doing that, I'm perfectly pinning down the harmony or the chords. So the question is, what's the best way to find out what the chords are? What I'd recommend doing here is jumping on the internet and downloading some professional sheet music, because above the stave, the chords are typically written out in letter names. So the next question is, how do I work out where to play the chords or the root note on the fingerboard? So this chord sequence here is just 2 bars of D, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G, and then 2 bars of D again. So you can play a D, a C, and a G anywhere on the neck. If you need help finding out locating where these notes are, we have fingerboard or fretboard diagrams available in the Bass Player's Action Pack, which is completely free over at eBassGuitar.com. There's a link in the description below. So all you need to do is just locate those notes. I recommend, if you're playing bass lines, play them in the lower register or the lower frets of the instrument to begin with. So you can grab the D at fret 5. You can grab the C at fret 3, both on the A string, and then you can grab the G at the 3rd fret on the E string, and then we'll go back to the D like that. And by doing that, we know exactly what the chords are. You can play these anywhere on the neck, where anywhere a D, a C, or a G appears, it will work. But I would start off by playing it down the lower register of the instrument. So once you're comfortable with the chord sequence, the second step is to add in the groove or the rhythm. As bass players, what we do is we link the harmony and the rhythm together to create the foundation. So in Sweet Guns, the best place to find the rhythm, or in any song for that matter, is to listen to the kick drum or the bass drum. This is the low thud going on in the drums. And if we lock up with that, this is a great place to start. So the rhythm going on is bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point that out to you with the track right now. Bum, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. So that is the rhythm or the groove that we're going to put to it, and all we need to do is put that across the chord sequence, and it will simply sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum. Dead simple and dead straightforward, but what we are doing there is 100% fulfilling our function as the bass player. So let's hear what that sounds like in context with the backing track.
1, 2, 3.
already those 2 steps are perfectly fulfilling the role of the bass in the band. But the chances are, once you've got that down, you want to start taking it a step further. And the easiest way to do that, to start adding some flavor and variety in there, is some simple approach notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to approach each chord from half a step or 1 fret below, and we're going to place this right at the end of each bar. So let me just demonstrate what this sounds like. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So very simple and very straightforward to approach each chord from half a step below on half a beat before where each chord falls. Anyway, let me show you what this sounds like in context, because it's very simple and very, very effective. 1, 2, 3. So that's all there is to the 3-step formula. So to recap, the first step is to understand the chord sequence. The second step is to understand the groove and crucially lock in with what the kick drum or the bass drum is doing. And the third step, to add a little bit of spice and variety, is to add some approach notes, which is a very simple and effective place to start. If you're enjoying this lesson, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We release a video just like this one every single week at eBassGuitar.com. There is a red subscribe button somewhere around this video. So to wrap up the lesson, I want to show you how powerful the 3-step formula is by applying it to another chord sequence. So we're going to take a track called Counting 4, which is also part of the 30-day killer rock bass action plan over at eBassGuitar. And this chord sequence has 4 chords in it. So it simply starts off with a bar of A minor, a bar of F, a bar of D minor, and a bar of G. So all you need to do is find those 4 chords or even 4 letter names anywhere on the fretboard. I recommend using the A at the 5th fret on the E string, the F at the 1st fret on the E string, the D at the 5th fret on the A string, and the G at the 3rd fret on the E string. So let's just play simple roots along with a backing track so you can hear what this sounds like. 1, 2, 3. So the next step is to add in the groove or the kick drum part, and all that is bum, bum, ba bum, 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 ba bum, bum. To play it on the bass, bum, gum, gum. So let's play that with the track so you can hear what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3. The last step is to add in the approach notes, which would go right at the end of the bar. So the approach note for the A is going to be a G sharp, and the approach note for the F is going to be an E, and the approach note for the D is going to be a C sharp, and the approach note for the G is going to be an F sharp. It's also nice to slide into, that's a little bit of fun too. So what I'm going to do now is going to demonstrate what the 3 steps sound like in context with the chord sequence to Counting 4, and then I'm going to break out a little bit so you can see where these ideas can start to go in the fullness of time. 1, 2, 3. So guys, that's the end of today's bass guitar video. If you've enjoyed this lesson, I've got another 2 videos I would love you to check out. The first video is how to play fills, and I'm going to show you a really clever device called the 2-note transition, which will build on what we've discussed today in this lesson. And the second video is how to play rock bass guitar in less than 10 minutes using the legendary Guns N' Roses track Sweet Child O' Mine. There are links in the description below even, for both of those videos. Anyway, cheers. I've been James from eBassGuitar.com, and I'll catch you next week.